Alright, so touching on another topic I'm sure plenty of you are sick and tired of hearing me talk about. Upper cross syndrome. This is super common with everything that we do in here as far as building muscle and staying very tight in the squat, the bench, and the deadlift. It's very easy for these biceps to get short and tight. It's very easy for the chest to stay locked up, the SCM, and the upper trap. Now, does that mean that everyone has this on both sides? No. But there are a lot of people that have it on both sides and or one side. So how do we check this out? If you look from the side and you have, much like myself, a bit of a forward head posture or forward rolled shoulder or facing forward, if I can see more of the back of your hands than the front, being your thumb side, if I can see more of this is absolutely terrible posture. Means absolutely you have something going on here. Functionally, what we look at, our overhead shoulder flexion, if this is not very good, there's a good chance you probably have some issues going on there. In particular, if I feel some dysfunction at this AC joint, like it's just very tight or a little bit irritated, then you absolutely have something going on around those muscles. And it's not limited to those. You could also have some shoulder cuff issues and or tight lats, but these are the ones that are super common and are relatively easy to work on with a little bit of determination and willingness to suffer. Now, we get this one a lot with guys. If I'm unable for my arms to lay flat on the table, automatically, I already know your biceps are tight. Or if the arms lay flat, but my shoulders are rolled up forward, again, tight bicep. So those are some things to definitely check out. And then, like I said, if I have poor shoulder flexion and or poor external rotation and or internal. Now, a lot of times it can appear that I have terrible external rotation, and then I can fully bring this shoulder internal till my hand touches the floor. This indicates not a rotational issue, but the trajectory of the shoulder girdle has been rotated forward. So sometimes it looks like I have bad external, and then I try and do a lot of work on external rotation, and this doesn't get any better because rotation was never the issue in the first place. The orientation of the shoulder girdle being rolled forward, again, due to all this stuff that's going on up here, made it look like I had really great internal and really piss poor external. Whereas if I fix the shoulder girdle, get it seated where it belongs, and then I retest, and it's like magically I have great external, but then it seems like, oh, I've lost some internal. Now, you can refer to Google for the exact degrees as far as how much the average human has, but basically you should always have more external than internal. If you have more internal, and usually that's a shoulder girdle, like I said, position, postural issue, but if you actually have more internal rotation than external, then that's absolutely an issue within the shoulder. Maybe you have a structural block, or just the cuff muscles are imbalanced and you need some release work there. But to keep this concise, we're just focusing on biceps, pecs, upper trap, and maybe SCM for this video. I've shown tons of people how to release the bicep, the cross ball, barbell, whatever you can get to dig in there. Cupping, Graston, doesn't matter. But work through a range of motion while those trigger points are being pinned. Trigger point is just any area that's sensitive whenever you're pressing in and maybe feels a little bit ropey or just tighter than other segments of the muscle, because the entire muscle doesn't have to be overly tight for there to be a problem there. I get a lot of people that are just tight low in the bicep, just tight high in the bicep, and then I have a handful of people that the entire whole thing is just really gummed up and tight and really painful to the touch. So start working on your stuff, go at this bicep, always check this pec minor. It's very easy to find. If I come up in this position, it's right there by the armpit, jab in there, a cross ball, post from, I don't know, a weight tree, anything. Poke around, see what hurts, see what isn't moving, as well as maybe you think it should, run through the assessments that I give you guys. That's why I give them to you, so you can use them later on. Find out what's not moving well and fix it. Or at least come to me with some sort of info and we'll work on it together.